Nisan. I'm gonna talk about my project, which is creating blackjack game using assembly language. The goal of the game is to be the close to the sum of the two random numbers that the dealer and player get from the rolling the dice of six faces between 41 and 46 without going over. So the player, which is the user, will play against the computer, which is the dealer. Also, there is another dice has 15 phases to stimulate the hand of the dealer and player. Finally, the game will determine who is the winner. If anyone goes over the dice number, he automatically loses, and the close to the dice number win the game. So I start my project by writing C code and test my output using Eclipse. After I check the game using C code, I start convert the C code of my project to assembly language and debug each small part of the code. All my project is written in MIPS assembly language using the Mars tool. So here's the description of my final assembly code. The main function, it has the welcome message. Also, it has the instruction to promote the user or player how to use the game or play the game. It called the stimulate function to stimulate the dealer and player hand. It's called the play music function to play the sound when the player and dealer roll the dice. It's called the print function to print the dealer and player hand. It's called the check winner function to determine who is the winner. It's print who is the winner. Also, it has also my project has stimulate function. The stimulate function stimulate the dealer and player hand by calling the linear feedback shift register function to generate a random number between 115. It My program also has print function. The print function print the dealer and player hand. Also, it computes the total sum of the player and dealer hand. Also my program had linear feedback shift register function. This function generates 32-bit pseudo random number between 115 by using the seed value as argument. Also, my program has the play sound function. So this function plays sound when the dealer and player roll the dice by using media syscall function that generate turn and return immediately. In the next slide, there is a high-level design in diagram to describe the operation of my project, which is the modification of blackjack game. So first, the game will print the welcome message to the user or player. So if he want to play or exit the game, so if he choose to play, he gonna roll the dice of six phases, and also the dealer is gonna roll the dice, and the game will print message to let the dealer and player to which number the winner should be close. After the printed message, the dealer and player will roll the dice of 15 phases 10 times by calling the stimulate function, and the stimulate function is going to call the linear feedback shift register to generate a 32-bit random number that generate random number between 115, and then after that it's going to back to the main function, and then after the dealer and the player finish stimulate their hand, the game will display the player hand to the player and ask him if he want to reroll any of the dice or if he want to hold his hand. So the dice has just 5 times to reroll the to reroll any dice of his hand or to hold. So if he rolls the dice 5 times or he enter -1 to hold, the game will display the player and the dealer hand, also the sum of their hand, and then the game will call the check winner function to check who is the winner, and the game finally will print who is the winner. So, on conclusion, I choose my project to be the game because I like to create something for fun using any programming language. I believe my choice was good because creating a game using assembly language helped me a lot to learn many valuable information using the low level programming language, in which there is a very strong correspondence between the instruction in the language and the architecture machine code instruction. I learned how to use memory and register very carefully without making any interrupt or error to my program. In addition, I gained more good skills how the program in high level language executes, such as C language. So for example, when the program initializes the variable in high level language, so that means making space in memory by allocating address in that memory. Also, coding in assembly language helped me how the stack work and how the elements store in array. So now I'm gonna run my assembly code by using Mars. So file, save, assemble, run. So here the program, so here the game is asked me if I want to play or not. So I'm gonna play by enter the number 1. Here the game is asked me if I want to roll the dice, I have to enter the letter R. So for example, I'm going to enter different letter to see what's going to print. So here it's print wrong message because I enter wrong letter. So I'm going to enter another one. Let's enter R, which is the correct letter. So here I'm rolling the dice. So I got 44. Now it's the dealer turn. So the dealer got 45. So the sum of the both dice is 89. So here the dealer stimulate his hand. So now it's my turn to stimulate the hand. So I'm going to enter like before. Also wrong letter. Let me to enter F. So also here is print wrong message. So I'm going to enter the letter S, which is the correct letter. So here I'm rolling the dice. So here I'm asked, the game is asking me to enter the seed value up to 32-bit number. So I'm gonna enter whatever I want. So here I enter, for example, 645734456. So I'm gonna push enter. So here the game is asking me if I want to reroll any dice. So I'm gonna enter the dice number 2. Let's for example enter the dice number 11, which I don't have number 11 because my hand it has just 10 dice. So here wrong dice number. So I have to enter the dice between 1 and 10. So I'm gonna enter, for example, I'm gonna re-roll the dice number 4. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll the dice number 1. So now I'm gonna hold my hand to see if I win or not. Oops, so I win. Dealer went over the 89. I got 83 on my hand and the dealer got 100 in his hand. So that's it. That's all. Thank you.